Good to see everybody. Thanks for being here. And again, I really appreciate your coverage of our team and our student athletes telling the story about our 2025 season, and then also the individuals we have on the team and in the organization. We're excited at this point in the year, 2 games in, and having a chance to be 2-0. That's big for us. I think we're trending in the right direction in a lot of ways in all 3 phases, making progress. Excited to get conference play here, and obviously a lot of respect for the coaching staff at USC, and they've got really good players. Our guys are excited about having a chance to play in Ross 8 again, 3:30 kick, and a lot of excitement will be built around this game. We had a good start to the preparation this morning with our practice, and look forward to a really, really good week. I can answer questions now.
When you took a second look at things, which parts of this team took a step forward against Southern Illinois? Yeah,
on the line of scrimmage offensively, took a big step. I thought they did a nice job. And then once we got into the game, I felt like the play of the quarterback was really, really solid. And, I thought our runners ran the ball well. Tough yardage after contact, finishing the run the right way. And good to see the tight end show up in the throw game. And then on defense, was good to see some communication take over once we got some things worked out that we needed to in that area. Once we saw the picture a second time, it was communicated and then executed.
You're pretty familiar with this quarterback. Just what ways is he going to challenge this defense?
Yeah, Jaden is, you have relationships with all of guys you've had a chance to coach, and Jaden was our quarterback my first year at UNLV and led us to 9 wins, and just a wonderful young man, a great family, and was a lot of fun to coach. And he's had great success at USC. Looks like he's continued to develop his game, both throwing, reading the defenses, running the complete way that quarterbacks do, and he can make every throw there is on the field. He's a tough runner, a great competitor, and I know that he will continue to have a really solid season playing. I hate to see him on the other side of the field. I hate anytime you're playing a former player. That's hard. Love him to death. We're connected forever. For both of us, I think if you would ask him the same thing, on Saturday for 4 hours, I'm trying to do everything we can to win the game.
You're obviously very familiar with him, you and Mike both. Do you lean at all in a week like this more on Josh in terms of personnel from the other team, schematic things, coaching personnel, tendencies and things like that? Does he become more of the chess match this week just because of his familiarity with USC?
I think you always look to try to gain an edge or an advantage anyway, and both coordinators really, and Coach Shebist as well, every single week we'll do almost a debriefing on the other side on what we think, what we see, any information they have through their lens of what that looks like. Obviously, Josh was there for the last 3 years or so, so his understanding of personnel would be a little bit more intimate and detailed than just a normal week. So, I think any information that we can gain any way possible, we're always trying to find an edge for our team, schematically, physically, and all the things that go into that. So, Josh will, we spend a lot of time in the offseason talking about those things as well. So just so it's not, too much time taken away from what he needs to get done this week for our offense to play at a high level. That always takes place.
Barry, Devin has 46 carries in 2 games. That's his second highest of his career, dating back to his freshman year. Josh said that may not be the norm going forward, but to have a back that's an older guy who can handle that workload and the physicality of being a running back, how much does that kind of give your offense maybe a little bit of an edge to have the guy that I didn't see him get knocked back the other night? He moved forward every time he got the point of contact.
Yeah, I think, number one, we've got to be able to run the ball, and it doesn't have to mean, Mott gets 46 carries in 2 weeks, but if that's what it takes, that's what we'll do. And I think we've got some guys that are continuing to get in a position that maybe can share some of that load as well. But it's an opportunity for us to really, when you have the ability to establish the line of scrimmage and run the football, I've said it over and over, that'll open up a lot of things in our offense. So we've got to be able to do that, and there's going to be some elements of quarterback run that are going to be really important to us as well. There'll be some passing game on the perimeter that can almost equal, like an outside stretch as well as we continue to execute our offense. But we do trust Maccabee, and we trust him with the ball in his hands, and he continues to prove why he has earned that trust.
I understand you didn't have any say in the schedule when you got here, but do you like the progression that it's been so far, where Southern Illinois seemed to be able to do some different things than Ball State, and now you elevate that to another level when you go into USC?
Well, I think every week's so different, and it's a story within its own. So I don't know that I've really looked at from how this first 3 games, how it plays out from week to week, just in really the context of how we build the playbook or the theme of the week or the messaging of the week. We moved on pretty quickly from Ball State after the first game, and Southern Illinois after the second game. A couple hours after the game, that one was already over, and we were full steam ahead onto USC. So how it lays out schedule-wise, I know we've got this week and next week, and then we get a bye. I'm more looking at the long-term health of the season and the team, kind of where we're at through practice reps on what that looks like until we get the bye week, and I think we're right on track. So excited about the opportunity, and I am thankful that we got first 3 games at home, have a chance to play in Ross-Ade. I think it's a huge part of our advantage.
Some of these guys from the last Big Ten championship team at Purdue are coming back this weekend. How important is it, when not only at Purdue, anywhere, I guess, really, to tap into that history with your guys and let them, kind of educate them about what this program is?
Yeah, it's so important. The connective piece between former players and the current team. I want them all to feel welcome here, and I feel a very deep responsibility to get Purdue football back to winning ways for a number of reasons. When one of those reasons are the former players and the guys that walk around with the logo on their shirt, and the people that we represent so many things much bigger than ourselves, and former players is one of those pieces that I feel responsible to win games for, and excited to see the group back. Just like the last 2 weeks, we've had 2 honorary captains that were great players here, and then in the NFL, and then this week will be another group coming in, and excited to have a chance to spend some time with them.
You talked after you gave Ethan the scholarship, or I guess he earned the scholarship in the spring, and now he's starting for you. And I'm sure that even with the scholarship, that doesn't guarantee anything beyond, now you don't have to pay for school. What has he done to elevate himself here even more so, I guess, as a leader and as a guy that came here as a walk-on and has just kind of earned his way to be where he is now?
Yeah, a number of things that he continues to do, and it all really goes back to the centerpiece of being consistent. And you know exactly what you're going to get from him every single day, in workouts, in practice, in the meeting room. It's very consistent. He's got a very high standard for himself on how he feels like he needs to play the game. He's a smart football player. He's he's tough and physical, and again, I think he's a winner.